Hey guys, today I'm going to be analyzing the new episode of Gravity Falls, Roadside Attraction. Before I go over some things you may not have noticed, I want to say what I think of this episode. In my opinion, this is one of the worst episodes of Season 2. The pacing wasn't too good, the jokes were subpar, and Candy and Dipper seemed forced. Filler episodes can be great, like Seuss and the Real Girl, Blendon's Game, or Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons. But this episode just wasn't interesting enough to me, and the only good part about it was Stan and Dipper bonding. Now that I got my thoughts on Roadside Attraction out of the way, I can go over some secrets and cool things in this episode. From the very beginning, we learn that Dipper still thinks about Wendy a lot. This was also hinted in Season 2 Episode 13, when Dipper says he could play DD and more D with Wendy. In Season 2 Episode 15, his thoughts on the screen kept saying Wendy. While it's not likely Dipper will get with Wendy because of the events of Into the Bunker, it's still clear Dipper hasn't gotten over her. You're probably disappointed that Ford was nowhere to be seen during this episode. He was working in the basement the whole time and getting ready for the big apocalypse that's about to go down. He needs to keep the Mystery Shack and the interdimensional rift safe, so that's why he didn't go on the road trip. If you didn't notice, Candy and Dipper were slightly hinted at in The Love God, when Mabel was matching up characters because she wanted to be a matchmaker. Candy and Dipper were standing next to each other under a category called Future Matches. You may not have noticed this while watching the episode, but Alex Hirsch is actually seen inside the Skytram. Alex Hirsch has had a few cameos in the show before, and he may have another cameo in the last few episodes of the season. It's cool because sometimes they even add in storyboard artists as cameos, and you may not even notice they are there. From this episode we learned that Grunkle Stan had an ex-wife named Marilyn. This makes his joke in The Legend of the Gobblewonker even funnier. Also, this is great continuity because there's a code in Dreamscapers that relates to his ex-wife. The code says, "Curse you, Marilyn." This continuity is awesome because Dreamscapers was made a long time before we find out that Grunkle Stan had an ex-wife named Marilyn. Now I'll go over the cryptograms in this episode. On the end page of the episode, the code says, Carla McCorkle returned all his flowers, Marilyn divorced him after only 6 hours, Beatrice slapped him for being a cad, Old Goldie's the best girlfriend Stan ever had. And the code in the end credits says, Seuss, like a noble golden retriever, eventually found his way homeward and befriended a talking bulldog and sassy cat along the way. This is a reference to the movie Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey. Anyway, that's all for this video. Also, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, I highly suggest doing so because I talk about things you don't want to miss and post awesome stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.